What's up, guys? Rod here with Pow Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth. Today is Wednesday, March 10th, and in this video we're going to be discussing Uber Technologies and the Uber stock. So we'll go over the chart and some analysis, but before we do, make sure to smash the like. It shows me some support, and consider subscribing to the channel if you enjoy this market perspective. So we changed the daily trend today on Uber, and the S&P 500 is still in a daily downtrend. I just did a broader market video. You can check that out on my channel from earlier today. But you can see here we had the low of 50.61. We have the high here at 57.80. We had a higher low at 50.81, and then once we broke above 57.80, that confirmed the daily trend change. We did pull back there into the end of the day. We saw some weakness in SPY and the tech sector, but ultimately the S&P 500 and the tech sector still in daily downtrends. So Uber going against the trend here and obviously standing out as one of the stronger names. And we could see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross as well. So we'll want to see us break the high of today, tomorrow, and see that daily continuation. And we'll be looking for that bull cross of the EMAs. But we could be heading to all-time highs up at 64.05, just about 10% away from where we are now. We're still in a weekly uptrend. SPY's still in a weekly uptrend. We're in a monthly uptrend as well. And no major red flags. We do have earnings coming up in a few months, so that's a long ways away. So that won't be a factor short term. But bulls are in full control of Uber. And as long as we hold the low of the previous daily candle, this bounce is still underway on the daily. We have no real resistance up until the all-time highs. We didn't really have much of a bounce here on any of these. We have a little level here at 60.46, so we'll say $60 psychological. And then another tiny level at 61.31, but not a clear bounce and enough of a pivot point there. So lack of resistance up until all-time highs at this point. On the hourly chart, EMA 12 has been a nice visual guide. We've been holding that, and we're trying to form an hourly higher low here at 56.87 going into tomorrow. But after that, we have no real hourly support all the way down to 52.89. So like I said, I've entered this position a few times now. I averaged down, and I've got an average of about $50. This is a long-term no touch for me. It's in my long-term portfolio. I'm planning to hold it for 5 to 10 years plus, and I'm really bullish on Uber. I think they've been keeping it down and holding it down, but personally, I think this stock could easily be worth a few $100s someday, maybe even $500 to $1,000 in the next few years. Similar to what I called out on Tesla. I remember calling Tesla out a year ago when it was at $200 and $100, saying that it could easily go to $1,000, and it actually ran. It ran a lot more than that. It ran to $1,000, and then it split, and then it ran it split 5 to 1, and then it ran to $1,000 again. So my next pick, my next Tesla, I guess, is going to be Uber. So we'll see if I'm correct. But like I said, I'm very, very bullish on Uber, and I'm expecting good things and potential that we see all-time highs this week. If we see stimulus get passed on Friday and Biden signs that into law, we could see some upside. And on the weekly chart, we're back above the weekly moving average. We had a pretty rough week the last couple of weeks, and we're back above that 10-week moving average at 55.66. The MACD and stochastic are still bearish, but we'll see if those can curl up here in the next week or so. On the weekly moving averages, we only have the 50 weekly defined down at 40.40, and that's quite a ways away. On the daily, we have reclaimed the 50-day moving average, and it was confirming as resistance. But again, daily trend change back above the 50-day moving average. Wouldn't want to see us lose 55.46. And then if we lost 50.66, the 100, no support until the daily 200 moving average down at 42.11. And a great opportunity to enter here on these weekly higher lows. We bounced off the 20 weekly moving average perfectly, and we never lost the weekly VWAP. So if you were looking for a position, that was the time. I added here on this pullback. I added again here on this pullback. And like I said, it's just a small position right now. I will continue to add to that, but like I said, this is in my long-term portfolio. I'm not even really able to sell, so I'm just going to be looking to hold for the long term. And if we do dip down to $40, I'll essentially average down on that stock. But like I said, ultimately, big picture, I'm extremely bullish on Uber, and I think we could easily see a few $100s on Uber in the next year or couple of years. The only concern is SPY potentially going to see daily consolidation here at some point, and with S&P at all-time highs, it's no doubt that we're due for a correction. So basically not really worried about Uber itself, but just worried about the overall impact of the broader market and what a significant correction would have on Uber. But no major red flags. We're back in a daily uptrend, and we'll want to see us hold the low of today tomorrow and break the high of today tomorrow to continue this daily bounce. And hourly uptrend is going to be key. So we'll end it there. Thanks for joining us again on The Pursuit of Wealth for an Uber stock review and analysis video. We'll see you tomorrow after market close. Have a great night, everyone, and take care.